Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a little guest with me today. He's currently nursing, so hopefully maybe I'll be able to show him in a little bit, but this is going to be his 1 month update. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Linny, and I have documented throughout my entire pregnancy with him, throughout my entire journey to conceive with him, and now here we are. He's finally here. I did have a little boy. We didn't find out what we were having. I had a little boy. His name is Caius Watson. So Caius, we spell K-A-I-U-S. We call him Kai for short. And Caius means joy or joyful, joyous. We just really love that name. We love that it was different. And then Watson is actually my father-in-law's middle name. So Caius Watson. He was born on October 23rd, 2020. So he is a little pandemic baby. He weighed 8 pounds, 1 ounce, and was exactly 21 inches long. He was born perfectly healthy via C-section. He did have the cord wrapped around his neck twice and an extremely long umbilical cord. So it was a good thing that we decided to go with the C-section, because had I had a vaginal delivery with the cord wrapped around his neck twice, the doctor had said could have gone really bad. So that was a good decision on our part. When he first came out and they held him on and they put him on my chest, he was grunting a lot. So C-section babies actually need their mouths to be suctioned out a lot, because they don't have that squeeze of going through the birth canal. So they have a lot of mucus buildup inside of them. So he was doing a lot of grunting when he was first born, and actually he still does a lot of grunting. So I feel like it's just something that he does maybe to calm himself, or I don't know if it's like a soothing thing, but he's constantly grunting and constantly making weird noises. But they were a little concerned about it at first. I would say for the first hour after he was born, they were monitoring his grunting. So they had actually placed him on my chest while I was still in surgery. And then they had taken him fairly quickly because of the grunting. But he was completely fine. He never needed any NICU time. He never really was away from me because of it. His bilirubin levels were always perfect. He instantly latched and nursed like a champ after surgery. So, and my milk actually didn't come in until day 4. So we did supplement with him up until that point. And now he's just strictly gotten breast milk. I believe week 2, I started pumping and was able to start freezing milk for him. So week 2, I believe it was week 2. It may have even been late week 1, where we actually introduced a bottle, and my daughter gave him his first bottle. It was so sweet. And then, so he's actually been having a really hard time taking a bottle. So we've tried the Comatoma, and now we have moved on to Tommy Tippy, which the Tommy Tippy seems like it's working out a little bit better. And right now you can tell, he's been nursing so far this whole time, and he's doing fine. Sometimes when I'm really engorged, or my letdown is stronger for some reason, he will choke on my breast milk. But right now he's been doing fine. With the bottles, he constantly chokes on them. I don't know if the flow of them is too quick, or I don't know what it is, but he chokes every time he takes a bottle. So that's been really hard. If you have any suggestions on different bottles for newborns, That would be really helpful because we've been struggling with that. My daughter always used Comatoma and it always worked out. Obviously, he's a different baby, so it's been a little bit harder to find a bottle. I also did buy the Playtex drop-ins, which we haven't tried yet because I want to like give the Comatoma like a good week before we introduce another new bottle. He does take a pacifier. We actually introduced the pacifier in the hospital. He likes the ones that are on the Wubbanub is what he's been taking the best. So he will take a bottle. He does like to suck. So, I don't know. I feel like I wanted to introduce him to the pacifier because otherwise he's constantly wanting to nurse, because he's constantly like wanting that like sucking, feeling, I guess. He has been a more difficult newborn than my daughter. He seems to be somewhat colicky, so like gassy, or like he's constantly needing to burp, like, or like pass gas or go to the bathroom, which a few things I'll mention. One, he is really good at burping, which my daughter was the total opposite with the burping. He burps almost instantly, which is really nice most of the time. And with the peeing and pooping, he is constantly peeing and pooping. I swear we go through a pack of diapers a day, which is insane. And he does not like being wet. As soon as his diaper is wet, he is screaming his head off. So that's crazy. So that's why we go through so many diapers. He was in newborns up until I think at 4 weeks. We switched him over to size 1. He did just have his 1-month checkup and he weighed in at 11 pounds, 7 ounces, and he's 22 1/4 inches long, which is just crazy to me. So he has grown an entire inch, over an inch, and he's gained almost 3.5 pounds in a month. So that's the other reason why I think the pacifier is good for him, because like I said, otherwise he constantly wants to nurse, and I don't think he needs to nurse that often. He's obviously getting enough calories. So he's quite the little chunk-a-monk. He is growing like a weed. For sleep, so these past 2 nights, we've gotten a 5-hour stretch each night, which has been really good. And then previous to that, I feel like maybe we've gotten 1 or 2 other days where we've gotten maybe a 5-hour stretch, but usually we'll get like a 3 or 4-hour stretch when he first goes down, and then he typically will wake up every 2 hours after that to nurse. Oops. So whatever that first stretch is that we get, after that he is up around every 2 to 3 hours to nurse and be changed, and then yeah. So I'm hoping that the past 2 nights have not been a fluke, and that we're getting into like a better schedule here. The past 2 nights he slept the 5-hour stretch, woke up, and he was up probably for a good 1.5 to 2 hours then. And then he went back down and slept another 3 hours. And now, so that's how that's been going. We're really not like doing a strict schedule at this point. We're just kind of like going off of his cues. He is like somewhat of a night owl, so that's been our hardest thing. Last night, the past 2 nights, he's gone to bed around 11, which has been good. But previous to that, it's been more like 12 or 1 o'clock when he's finally falling asleep, which has been much harder for Mama and Daddy. It's rough. And then it's rough in the middle of the night when he gets up because you're exhausted. I have been doing all of like the night shifts only because I am nursing. So my husband has offered several times to get up and go get him in the middle of the night, but I feel like for me it's just easier to get up and go and get him in the middle of the night and nurse, because I have to nurse anyways. If I were to like pump a bottle for my husband to feed him in the middle of the night, I would have to get up to pump anyways, because there's no way that I'm just gonna make it through the whole night without like expressing somehow. So I have to get up anyway. So I just get up and I do like all of the night shifts, which the past 2 nights have been just once a night, which has been beautiful. I guess I will mention too that we don't have like a bassinet or anything, so he just sleeps in his crib. And he has slept in his crib since the day we brought him home. And we came home, I think, when he was 4 days old. Yeah. We brought him home when he was 4 days old. We had his newborn pictures done when he was 6 days old. Okay. You okay, Bubba? Okay. Okay. So he's finished nursing now. So as you can see, he's got a lot of hair in the back. Not so much on top. He's got kind of like the old man thing going right now, but I'm sure it will fill in. I already can't wait to like cut his hair, so, and give him like a cute little style, but we gotta wait for some of this hair up top to come in. Let me see if I'm missing anything. His umbilical cord fell off. His like little stub fell off when he was 9 days old, which I felt like was pretty early. I can't remember when my daughter's fell off, but I felt like that was really early. But it fell off at 9 days old. They left it like really long, so it kept like getting hit with the diaper and stuff. So I'm wondering if that had anything to do with it falling off so soon. But we had no problems with it. It was fine once it fell off. So then I believe we gave him his first bath maybe the following day. So when he was 10 days old, like his first real bath other than the sponge baths. When he was 10 days old, he had really, really dry skin. And it's like much better now, but he was like so peely. That first like month, the first 3 weeks, I would say, his skin was like really dry looking, really flaky or peely, which is very normal for a newborn. But yeah, very, very flaky. So yeah, basically throughout his whole first month, he never really did like any cluster feeding, really. Maybe one day he like was doing cluster feeding, or when we were in the hospital he was, I guess, feeding more frequently. But he basically nurses every 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours, I would say, still at this point. And when we give him a bottle, he takes about 4-ish ounces at a time. So that's good. I guess that's why he's a little chunk-a-monk. I would say right at the 4-week mark, I noticed that he started to try to smile a little bit, or that he was like recognizing me more, or like looking at me when I would talk to him. Before that, I would say he would just, his eyes would kind of wander around. Now he's starting to focus more, like when you talk to him, he actually looks at you. And then he started making like little cooing noises when you talk to him, like he's trying to talk back. Not a ton, but he does. He makes a sound here and there, like he's trying to respond to you. And like I said, he's starting to smile, which is really fun. I love when they start smiling. His head, he's got a really strong neck. We've done tummy time a handful of times, and he actually can like lift his whole head up. Usually when he's like this, if he's like more awake, he is like pushing his head off of me. For some reason, he likes to have his head back, like his head and neck like tipped back, like, and look at the ceiling. It's so strange, but he likes that position where he's like tipped back like this, which is odd, but he likes that. He does like to sit in the Mamaroo. He'll sit in the Mamaroo. He does not really like his like play mat yet. I've only gotten him to go under it a few times where he's like content enough to stare at it for maybe 5 minutes. He actually likes to lay on his changing table, and I put like this little colorful blanket on it that he'll like stare at. So actually I would say that and the Mamaroo are like the most two content places that he'll lay for a period of time. When he sleeps in his crib, I'm still swaddling him. So that's been working out for us. It's been kind of sad, like going through a pandemic with a newborn, because like barely anybody has seen him and he's already getting so big. So it's like really sad that like my immediate family has seen him and my grandma and my aunt have seen him, but other than that, and like my in-laws and sister-in-laws have seen him, but other than that, nobody that I work with has seen him. None of my friends have seen him. So it's just really sad. Like some of our extended family still hasn't seen him other than like FaceTime or pictures. Like nobody has gotten to hold him. It's like really sad. But it is what it is. We want to do what's best for him and keep him healthy. The other thing I'll mention too is, I think it was week 2, we noticed his right eye was like really gooey, which the same exact thing happened with my daughter. So he doesn't have an infection or anything. It actually is like a blocked tear duct, which the pediatrician told us to massage his eye. So you're supposed to, or we were told to go from the outside corner and like gently massage inward and down the nose, like the side of the nose, gently but firm. And we're supposed to do that 10 times a day, like 10 swipes a day, not like 10 times do that. But it's still kind of seems like it's blocked to me, and we do the 10 thing. I actually do it more than, I probably do like 10 times twice a day, morning and night. And he absolutely hates it, like screams his head off when I do it. And I feel like it makes it worse. So actually the past 2 days I haven't massaged it. I've just like cleaned it and kind of left it alone, and it seems like it's doing better to me. So I'll have to keep you updated on that. He loves, ooh, that was a good one, buddy. He loves his bath, like loves it, loves his bath, loves his big sister. A little scary sometimes. She's learning to be gentle with him, but she absolutely adores him, loves holding him, wants to hold him, wants to participate, wants to bring us diapers, wants to feed him bottles. So we try to include her as much as possible. So it's actually been a smooth transition, smoother than I expected it to be. My daughter is 3, so, you know, it's going, I guess, better than I expected it to go. So I am thankful for that. I think I had mentioned he absolutely hates being wet, and he hates having his clothes changed. But he does love his bath, so that's nice. And yeah, I really can't think of much else for him. We're just going through the newborn life. So let me see if I can turn him around and show you. So here's all his hair. He's got a lot of hair back here. And then here is this guy. Say hi. Say hi. You gonna wake up and say hi? Big boy, huh? Are you stretching? Oh, look at those chunky cheeks. So he's got brown hair, as you can tell. Hi. And his eyes are still that like baby color. I don't know what color they'll be. Let's see, can we get you in there? Hi, handsome. Look at those cheeks. Look at how big you are. He is a big boy already, huh? 1 month old, and he weighs 11.7. You're a big boy, huh? Are you a big boy? Can you give us a smile? Show them how you smile. Oh, that's the grunting I'm talking about. What is that Funja face? Hi, honey. Hi. Do you see yourself? Who is that handsome boy? Who is that handsome boy? Oh, Funj. Yeah. So that's how we're doing. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you'll stick around for more monthly updates. And we will see you in our next video. Bye.